just ended. Our class's problem is spreading data and finding a good way to make it. Like maybe Elliot, you and our famous director, or Patrick running on the Zoom. Kate and Eric making the cuts, or Peyton holding up the boom. Zane clicking buttons, making the stuff, or Lachlan mixing the board. Griffin doing sports, Seth saying words, or making our teacher record. Anyways, that's all of the crew, and we hope you all enjoyed.
I'm not on Zoom!
Guten Morgen, Alaska. My name is Griffin.
And my name is Seth, and today is May 4th, 2022.
This week will be Seth and I's last show, as we are actually leaving school on Friday and will be graduating next Wednesday. In Alaska news, the Nanana Ice Classic ended at 6:47 Monday night when the tripod moved far enough downstream for the clock to stop. Alaska wildfire season is in full swing already, with high temperatures and high winds leading to 41 fires already this year. Now over to Elliot on Zoom.
Thank you, Griffin. As many of you guys know, this is our last show together, so I'm going to say one final good morning, Dr. Johnson, Mr. Claymore, and Dr. Almond. Dr. Johnson, we'll start with you. Do you have any updates for us?
Yeah, good morning, Elliot. It's great to see you. Just came off a weekend of the reading symposium. Went really great. Had about 1,000 folks show up, mostly teachers, and seemed like it was really positive. And I got to see Mr. Claymire there, and hadn't seen him in person in a while. So it was good to have a brief little hello with him in Anchorage. But that's about it. Year's winding down, so we'll just go right to this day in history. So give it to me. What happened in history today?
What happened today in history? I forgot to cheat today and look it up before, so I'll begin.
All right. So nothing happened in history more significant than about 5 minutes ago in history. You started your last den with me. So whatever else happened is like nothing compared to that. And so I just want to acknowledge you, Elliot, and Bailey, Zane, Kate, Peyton, Patrick, Seth, Lakeland, Eric. I think I hit all the seniors. If I didn't, and I wish I could see them all on camera, but you all have made being commissioner so much better than it would have been. Hi, guys. Thank you. Thank you to all of them. Being commissioner, some days it's a blast, some days it's not, but it has definitely been better because of you guys. So I really, really appreciate it. It's been an honor, a privilege. It'll be one of the things I remember most. So today in history was my last time I get to do this with you. So thank you, Elliot.
Thank you so much, Dr. Johnson. It has been a blast. It's been 2 years now.
Yeah.
Which is insane. So, yeah, thank you again. Mr. Claymire, do you have any updates for us?
Good morning. Same as last week in terms of the legislature winding down, but we're doing a push at the end with the 3 R's of education, and not the ones that you typically think of. We're pushing for reading, resources, and retirement. So that includes education funding and some curriculum with mental health and a lot of good things for recruiting and retaining teachers. And so we're looking forward to that. I did enjoy myself at the reading symposium that Dr. Johnson and his staff hosted. It was a pretty incredible event, and it has been a joy also to be with you guys the last couple of years. Having an ending there. I don't know if you guys appreciate, still in terms of being kids, how much the commissioner has shaped education in the state of Alaska in his tenure there. It's actually pretty incredible. Certainly my involvement is more than it used to be, but I would still wager, even though I didn't know and work as intimately with the other commissioners as much as I have with Dr. Johnson, I would bet money that he's done more to shape the state, the public education system than most of those, at least preceding them. He's really humble, and he's going to say that's not the case. But if you look at the facts, if you look at starting with the Alaska Challenge, and following through with all of the good things that he's doing with the recommendations from the governor's teacher retention and task force, all the way up through the reading symposium, and really moving the needle on education in the state. And what I think is especially extraordinary is his focus on students and on educators. Too often leaders lead from the top down, and his presence here every Wednesday morning is evidence of how much he thinks about kids first, about how much he supports you guys, his involvement in with your teacher in helping create the show and facilitating that, and his comments that he just made about how much it means to him to have been able to be with you during this time really is indicative of his influence and his leadership in the state. And so I know you guys are saying goodbye, not the commissioner, but I wanted you to realize sort of behind the scenes how much he's really done for you guys and your education. So
Yeah, I can definitely back that up. I know we only see, a small glimpse once a week here on Wednesdays, but even the small glimpse, I can tell Dr. Johnson's doing a lot. So I appreciate that. Moving on, I know we have video awards tonight, but Dr. Almond, do you have any updates for us?
Yeah, I'll just say I'm looking forward to video awards. This is my very first spring getting to be a principal in person under somewhat normal circumstances at South. So I'm just really appreciative of that. Any principals out there that may see this, if you started your career in 2019 as a building principal, then you've been a COVID principal, right? That's defined your existence. And so also wanted to just build on what Dr. Johnson and Mr. Claymeyer said, and thank you all for this space. To pick up on what Mr. Claymeyer said, presence is leadership in my mind, being at the front lines, and certainly the commissioner has done that. So thanks for being here, being present. It's important. And I try to follow that example myself. And I would say too, to seniors out there, because there are lots of seniors in this state who are running short on time at this point. You guys have got 3 or 4 days left, to really try to be present and just enjoy these last few days, because while there's a lot of uncertainty out there, this is probably a pretty comfortable place from which to launch. I hope that's true of students across the state. You've made some relationships, especially under pretty tight pressure through COVID, that are going to probably be meaningful throughout the rest of your life, even if you don't know it right now. So just take the time to appreciate the next few days, hopefully, and not have to undergo too much stress with final exams, graduation, and all those rites of passage that are kind of in the near future. And just to give a shout out to this show in general too, I think I've been thinking a lot about innovation and where do we go after COVID. To me, this show is really an innovation that was a response to some necessity to be able to communicate statewide. And also want to thank specifically Mr. Butterfield. I know he's sitting right outside of the room. He's not often on camera, but he is the, let's use the May 4th reference, the Jedi behind this whole thing. So thanks to Mr. Butterfield. We'll try to continue to get out of the way as you innovate. So that's it for me.
Thank you, Dr. Almond. Again, one final shout out to just everybody on the screen and Butterfield, and just the educators. I know all of our seniors are really appreciative of everyone who's impacted our life in this education space. And so one final thank you for you guys. And one last reminder for everyone watching is this is not the Den this year. The kids who have been running the SAHS, the Den, will be taking over the state show next week. So make sure you guys tune in. They've been doing great work. So kind of passing on the torch, and it's a little surreal that we're done with this, but again, I'm just extremely grateful. And with that, I'm going to pass it over to Seth for sports.
Thank you, Elliot. This week we have a lot of high school sports. Starting with our students, more than 25 high school athletes commit to playing in college. And then on the other end, South Baseball pick up from where they left off last season with their winning ways. And in soccer, last year's men's soccer state final game, Service versus Diamond, it was rematched where they drawed 1-1. Moving to hockey, the Anchorage Wolverines are going to face Minnesota Wilderness in NAHL playoffs. And finally, the 2022 Bike for Women race featured plenty of charity and cool team names. That's all I have for sports, and back to you, Griffin.
Thanks, Seth. One last thing. Video awards tonight with a free carnival from 4 to 6. Make sure you get your permission slip signed to go on the bouncy houses and stuff. Okay, and then video awards from 6 to 8, $5 admission.
I mean, if you guys don't go, I'm going to cry. And that's just straight up.
Yeah, me too. You guys, you got to show up. please just show up, okay? And if you have any questions, submit them at visit theden.org. And remember to
Keep your claws sharp, Wolverines, and may the 4th be with you.
you.